What I did want to talk to you today about was, because my garden beds are full and I'm in between, like I'm ready to plant stuff, but I've still got a heap of lettuce, kale. I planted some tomatoes in one of the beds and some carrots in the fourth bed as well. So I don't have much room. So part of that is like, oh, I want to grow more stuff. Why don't I grow it in pots? Full moon last night. It was awesome this morning when I got up. The moon was massive on the way. Went out for a surf. I want to put stuff in the ground now because it's spring and I don't want to miss out on certain opportunities in terms of planting certain plants. So I thought it'd be a great opportunity to showcase how you can grow stuff in pots, even if you don't have a back garden like this. I've got this underutilized hard stand space. This is a piece of concrete. I have no idea what it's for, but I'm going to utilize it and grow some stuff in some pots. And I've already started with some coriander and some peppers. And I grabbed these Besser blocks. They were part of another project where I tried to grow salad in them and they worked really well, but they came to their end of their life. So I'm now going to plant strawberries through there. This was the rocket that was in there. It's all gone to seed. That's one of the things about leaving plants go to flower and to seed, is that they attract all the beneficial insects. If you can see those guys there, all the native bees. So there's merit in leaving stuff and letting it go to seed. I'm using, in this case, I'm just using some cheap plastic pots. Get them from your local hardware store. Reasonably inexpensive. You can use anything really as a pot as long as it's got drainage and that it's not doesn't leach chemicals. But the simplest, easiest way is to use these plastic pots. I'm just using 30 centimetre pots here, and I've got these larger pots. These 30 centimetre pots cost roughly around $4, and these larger pots are around $9 to $10. A couple considerations in that case is that the larger the pot, the more potting mix you're going to need, and they're also heavier to move around. So I like to keep them, majority of my plants, in a 30 centimetre pot because I can move them around. The smaller you go in a pot, also dries out quicker. You're going to need to keep the water up to your pot plants, and particularly more so if they're in smaller pots. The thing is, what do you put in the pot? You could use soil. The only issue with garden soil is that it compacts and that restricts a plant's roots from moving its way through the soil. So you use a potting mix, and a potting mix basically, essentially, if you have a look here, I've got some just down here, it is got larger particles through it, and so it's got bits of bark, pine bark predominantly, sticks, those sorts of things, and in some cases they'll even use perlite, and the reason being is that helps to aerate that soil so the plant can have its roots move freely through that soil. The other thing that they tend to typically put in potting mix is that they will put things like coconut fibre to help retain moisture. In some cases they put a wetting agent. I personally though, however, try and stay away from chemical additives in your potting mix. Now the main difference between a cheap bag and an expensive bag of potting mix is to do with the actual fertiliser within it. So a premium bag of potting mix will have a slow release fertiliser in it. The issue with the industry, in particular horticultural industry, is a lot of the products have the term organic written on it. That's not always the case, or the understanding of what organic is. Because anything classified as being derived from carbon, it can be considered organic. So hence you'll see bags state organic potting mix, but that does not necessarily mean that it's certified organic. Look for something that's actually certified and it's got like a little bud logo on it. The other thing is, if you spend the money on a good quality potting mix, is that you don't need to feed the soil to begin with because it's already got the fertilizer in it. All I typically do is plant into them, and then I'll give those plants a good dose of, say, some seaweed solution to help the plant take up those nutrients, as well as potentially sprinkle some worm castings on top. So that's what I've been doing. So watch this space. Hopefully you've spent today in the garden and that you've got your hands dirty And yeah, if you enjoy this stuff, please like and subscribe. And also go and check out my online course, How to Grow Food at Home. Anyway, hopefully you're having a great day. And remember, stay hungry.